You are now tuned into the NelTel Show. NelTel on everything.
Welcome to the NelTel on Everything podcast.
Hey. Welcome back.
Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in last week. We really appreciate it.
Guys, if you haven't already subscribed to our channels on Facebook and Instagram, it's at NelTel on everything on both handles. We appreciate it again.
Okay, make sure you guys check us out on Anchor or Spotify app. Boop, boop.
And I think you said we're now on Blinker?
Yeah, Breaker.
Okay, that's also a podcast website as well, guys. So we're available there.
Yes.
We're just waiting on iTunes now.
Okay, come on, iTunes. Come on through now. Come on. Everybody else got us now. Come on, iTunes.
As promised, guys, this week we're talking about us and our beginning and who we are as individuals as well as collectively. Chanel and I, we are identical twin sisters.
We're 3 minutes apart.
Yes, 3 minutes apart. We were adopted.
Yes.
And our mom, when she got us at 17 months. She was 55 at the time.
Yes.
And so we have a very, very old school upbringing.
Yes, very traditional. Indeed.
Yes. Mom had plenty of time on her hands because of the profession that she had, being a foster parent. She just had time rearing us, as the old school people would say, rearing.
Yes, indeed.
It's definitely different today, the whole dynamic of raising kids, because women are working and it's not typically the 9 to 5 setup that you always see. So right now in this day and age, you need that community essence. But when she was raising us, she had the time.
Yes.
So when we say that she was strict, what we mean is basically she didn't play about that schoolwork being done.
That's right.
She had a handle on what time we had to be in the house.
That's right. She knew exactly where we were. She knew the parents in which the friends that we had, she knew their parents. She knew like their lifestyle. They definitely connected in that way. We never were too far from home.
Right.
We literally had to get permission to go across the street.
That's a damn shame. But...
So, and if it wasn't in bird's eye view, we wasn't going.
Right.
So my mom was very traditional in that way. And one of the things that we were really blessed to have, we had older siblings.
Yes.
And our sister, Yvonne, she definitely acted like a second mom, came in as a second mom at times because my mom was so old school. Certain conversations we didn't have with her.
Yes.
Out of respect and some, out of fear too.
Yeah.
Not fear like, oh my gosh, she's going to beat us. But we just had that respect level for her that we wouldn't bring conversations up. And she never kind of gave us that leeway either.
Chanel, I like that.
Yeah,
you are absolutely
right.
I don't know how y'all feel about that, but I think you should... Your kids not fear in you, just like the Bible talks about a fear of God.
Yes,
it's like that type of thing. Not fear and I don't want to come to you, but certain things I don't want to do.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
Yes, because of who you are.
Because of who you are. Because of my love for you.
That's right.
So it's a difference.
That's right. That's so powerful, guys. But Yvonne, she really was able to have certain conversations with us, and she really acted as a liaison on our behalf.
Yes, she bridging
the gap when it came to that. So we are so, Vonnie, we love you. You know that. So if you're listening, shout out to you, Vonnie Boo.
Yes.
So anyway, guys, now looking back on how we were raised, I can really say that Chantel and I really have kind of parented the same way.
Yeah.
With our kids now.
Yeah.
I see that we're parenting, I should say, because it's still active. We're parenting the same way that our mom has with us.
Yes.
We want the same kind of upbringing, that very rich and traditional background. We want that for our kids too.
Yeah. I remember, and I know that, it's not something that we'll always be able to do because of the kind of jobs that we had.
Yes.
But I remember as a highlight of our childhood, I always tell my partner this, I don't remember a morning my mom did not cook for us.
That's right.
I do not remember a morning she wasn't able to do that.
That's right.
And so it's so important on my days off that I cook for my little family.
Yes. And even I remember coming home, we would come home from school, we would go to our rooms and our beds were made. Yeah. My mom would clean our room. And it was never any, like I said, we were definitely good kids. We were like good kids in a way where, like I said, we just had that fear. So my mom never went in our room and found anything crazy. Yeah, even I remember in our middle school years where we definitely made friends and stuff. My mom never found like anything crazy, and she literally would go in there, clean our room, make up our bed. That was just our routine. This was something that we were so used to.
Yes.
So oh my God, that just made me so happy because I definitely remember that. But that was something my mom was able to do.
Right.
And that was one of the ways that she showed us, the things that she wanted us to do for ourselves.
Yes.
As women growing up.
Yes.
So down the line, she telling me, I don't leave the house without making up my bed. I feel like when I come home, I just want to see my bed made up because that's something my mom did for Chantel and I.
Okay, so she has that. I'm not there yet. Okay, unfortunately, that's not happening.
Yes, well, I do it. I do it now. I can't speak for the rest of the room now. The bed is made up, but you might see clothes galore on the floor. But it's okay. But step by step.
Yes, but the thing about it is, what makes it so rich is because you see how like we're smiling now.
Yes.
And it just brings back so much loving memories and things like that. And those are the kind of things that you want to implant in your kids.
That's right.
And with her always being around, Chanel and I want to let you guys know something. We weren't the type of kids that sat in front of the TV. My mom did not play that.
No.
She usually, the station was on, the TV was basically centered around her soaps.
Yes.
And Chanel and I had active play. We would be in our rooms. We played with dolls to probably, we were 13, 14 years old.
Yes.
Chanel and I had a whole community. We had a whole family storyline.
That's right.
We
even got our mom involved. We got our mom and our sister involved. They knew who our dolls were. Our dolls had like family.
Yes.
We were like impersonating like these characters in there. So we were definitely like using our imagination more and more.
Yes.
And it kind of plays on who we are too, because we're very artistic. Chantel and I love to write, we sing.
Yes.
We love to, we just like to use our imagination in different ways.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We just have a ball, Chantel and I, by ourselves.
Just by ourselves, exactly.
And so we definitely see that really paid off for us.
Yes. Chanel, I want to ask you something. Growing up, because of us being identical twins, when did you realize that you were a separate person?
Okay.
Or what event took place?
Right. So I would definitely say motherhood for sure. I remember all through elementary school, middle school, even in high school, Chantel was always the more outgoing twin. I was more so the shy one. Chantel would have to literally start conversations, and I would really just like follow her lead a lot. It wasn't until I became a mom that I really found my own identity that separated Chantel and I. So it wasn't until then that I can say that I became Chanel. Because I always wanted to, Chantel was very strong academia-wise. Chantel really she was just like smart in that way, and I tried my best to keep up, and I was a good student. Don't get me wrong, I was a good student, but Chantel always like mastered that when it came to academics, especially math, the science. Oh my gosh, Chantel like soared in that. Me, on the other hand, I was more so strong in writing, and I was kind of more so I would say artsy kind of person, and I still am to this day, and I see that about us. Chantel's definitely more so the leader when it comes to the right brain stuff, and I'm the leader when it comes to the left brain stuff, when it comes to you and I.
Well, you know what?
So, I don't know, it's just different.
Yeah, because honestly, okay, so let me just clarify. Math and science, those are not my strong suits. But I found strategies.
Yes.
Let me say that I found strategies to get through it that I was able to pass on to Chanel. Like, okay, do it this way, and then it'll
Guys,
be easier
she
for
was
you.
on the National Honor Society.
Oh my God.
The girl, I'm not trying to hear nothing she's saying. Don't listen to nothing she's saying. She trying to dumb me down. This girl, she had it, okay? She knew how to get through that stuff and not passing with C's like me. She was passing with A's and B's. So don't start, okay? Don't get it twisted.
Oh my God, she's
okay?
sickness. But Chanel, for me, I want to say a pivotal moment when I realized that you and I were separate was when, again, you know what? You definitely the arts. I felt like, especially with this photography now,
Yeah.
that is something that you own on your own. I can't even attempt to see the things and capture the things that you do. So that is an art, and I keep pushing you to try to do that even the more. Like, let's get the tools that we have to get so that you can do it, because you do it so nobody had your eye. And that's just something that you cannot impart that into anybody else. I mean, well, you can teach a skill, but you can't teach an eye.
Yes.
You can't, and those are two different things, because you can snap all day,
Yes.
but it might not be the right thing.
Yes.
And you catch the timing so perfectly. And of course your writing is just ridiculous, okay? But when we were younger, I think the singing, Chanel and I, as identical twins, we have the same voice. When we hit puberty, I felt like, and this is true, my voice started to grow in deepness, if you will. It became more raspy.
Yes.
And Chanel kept that high-pitched tone. And so then I felt like, oh my goodness, I don't sound like my sister.
Right.
And I really suffered with self-esteem issues with that, because I used to say, oh man, I sound like a guy. I sound like a dude. And that wasn't true. But when you're young, that's what you equate tone with.
Right.
And so I wasn't used to not sounding like my sister.
Yes.
So I really had to own this new voice. I really had to own, this is Chantel, and how are we going to incorporate that into our art form now? So now when we sing, you have that bigger dynamic. You have the alto and you have the soprano, and we create this nice harmony.
Yes.
So it's great.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're here.
I'm pleased. I really dig your company. Your style, your smile, your peace mentality. Lord, have mercy on me. I was blind, now I can see what a king's supposed to be. Baby, I feel free. Come on and go with me. So yes,
just a little something for the people.
Yes, that's Miss Jill Scott from Philly. Okay, Philly native. We love her.
Okay, Philly Jilly.
Yes.
So we still got it, by the way, guys.
We got to get back into our singing.
We really do. We really do.
Sense.
I know. You know what? This is the year, though.
This is the year.
Okay. Don't start wait. Okay. Don't start wait.
Y'all remember that hashtag, right?
So that's really something. I never knew that you felt that way about your voice. I never knew that you felt that, like, you almost had like a low self-esteem.
I did.
With that.
I did. And then you know what, too, twin?
What?
Our weight.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, so, guys,
tell them what not to do with twins. That's number one.
You have to stop it. Okay, so it's always this comparing of the two. And I hated that. I mean, and that's probably why we were stuck in a box so long thinking her and I were one, because y'all made it seem like we couldn't be separate. We couldn't be different from each other. It was always, oh, who's the good twin? Who's the bad twin? Who's the mean twin? Because I was quiet. So guess what? I was the mean twin. I was the mean twin for a while. Okay? I was labeled that for a while. And it's like, no, sometimes on a Monday, it may be Chantel who's just having a crappy day. And she's labeled the mean twin just because of one day. Yeah. So, it's stuff like that really have you bound up. So y'all got to stop doing that. Stop comparing people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you never know what you're doing to somebody. Because we weren't so confident as we are now.
Right.
So you're not helping us by doing that. You're not helping nobody by doing that. So just focus on you and stop trying to compare the two. Even now, as a mom, I'm dealing with my weight now. My son is 3 years old, and when he was born, I had gained, while through my pregnancy, I had gained almost, I'm going to say 20 pounds. Mm-hmm. And I was 165 after our mom was born, and I started breastfeeding and blah, blah, blah. And I was so blessed to stay home with my son. So, honestly, it was just about him. I wanted to enjoy the experience. I was very fortunate enough to enjoy the experience. But when I would go out into the world and, go on my own, and our mom would be home with his father, I would get all the time, "Oh, twin, you gained so much weight. Your sister, oh my gosh, she's so small, and you just gained a lot of weight. That's all." Like, it would be that kind of thing.
I hated that for you, Chanel.
And it really messed with me a lot. And I can tell, like, even if they didn't say nothing, it would be just this stare, like, what happened? Like, why is she so big? And it's like, you never know what a person is dealing with.
Right.
Because I had my own physical things that was happening with my body prior to me even being pregnant, that kind of aided to that I was unaware of until after our mom was born.
Right.
Where really I was able to take action and say, okay, this is what I need to do, blah, 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 blah. But, y'all speaking on things you know nothing about. Right. You don't know anybody's story. You don't know what they're going through. So when it comes to people in general, you just shouldn't make these tags, put these tags on them, labels on them.
Yeah.
So when it came to Chantel and I, the comparison thing, it was just, it was trying. It was trying, and it literally messed with us for a while. But I'm so glad now that we can speak about this in truth.
Yes.
And we're so confident as individuals, because I definitely see differences in Chantel and I. But Chantel and I are a unit.
Yeah.
We're one.
Yeah, and that's the thing, though, like speaking about it now, because when we were younger, those comparisons and things like that really had me, and I'm going to be honest, it makes you envious.
Yes.
I used to envy that Chanel was always the one, we want Chanel to be... We asked Chanel to sing. And it would happen with family, too. They always just point for Chanel to be the one going out to sing.
Yes.
And I'm like, Chanel and I are a duo.
Yes.
You're not going to get Chanel to sing without me. And even though sometimes she did, because that's what she loves to do. But they saw me as, okay, Chantel's going to be the lawyer in the family.
Yes.
Chantel is going to be the one that's more career oriented.
Yes, and it all even went into, she's going to be the manager and Chanel's going to be the singer.
Yeah, and that's ridiculous.
And I hated that. Like, do I not have a brain? I can't. You know what I mean? So it played that part. Like, I can't be the lawyer.
Right.
Like, I just don't have that mental, capacity to be a lawyer. I don't have the critical thinking skills to do it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so it that stuff plays on you.
Yeah.
So it was like, I was envious too in that way. I never was on the National Honor Society. Chantel was, like I said, and I was envious toward that, because it's like I tried my damnness, but honestly it comes down to you have to be strong in who you are and what you're good at.
Right.
So that's it. Chantel, she graduated from Temple University with her bachelor's in public relations. I, on the other hand, it took me a while. But listen, it took me a while to understand, because first I went for journalism. Journalism was my thing. I'm like, okay, I can write. That's my strong suit. But then again, I started having a passion for photography.
Yeah.
And it just clicked to me that, okay, this is what I need to be doing.
Yeah.
So it took me a little while longer.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I'm 1 year shy of getting my bachelor's degree. But listen, I'm not in no rush, because guess what? I can still do these things without a degree. A degree does not define who you are and what you can do, and it doesn't limit you. And this is honestly the years of entrepreneurship where businesses are just popping up left and right without those degrees.
Oh, yeah.
So,
absolutely.
yes, a degree is great, but honestly, you don't stop your gift because somebody's going to pass you a diploma.
That's right.
You know what I mean? You can't do that.
That's right.
Because your gift will make room for you, and it opens the doors no matter what.
That's right, Chanel.
Okay? So there you go. So if we just encourage somebody, just that's key right there.
Okay, absolutely. All right, twin. Well, I think this conversation is definitely going to have to continue.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And we want you guys to share your stories with us. If there's something that you want us to expound upon, please DM us at NelTel on everything on our Instagram or message us on Facebook.
Yes.
This concludes this week's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, NelTel
On everything.